Hi guys, Brandog Anoop here from the Uniform Edit. So today I've got the lovely Elle from the Talent Playbook. They do some awesome recruitment in the areas of hospitality and corporate areas, so really cool stuff. But so today what we're talking to you guys about is how to dress for an interview. Now yes, we do uniforms, but what our main goal is always to make sure that people look awesome. So we thought this would be a great collaboration with the Talent Playbook and to discuss how to dress for an interview. So Elle.
Yeah, so we get the question a lot around what to wear. So what I wanted to know from you, what do we wear to interview?
Sure, it's actually a really good question, and it's something that people do get really perplexed about.
Yeah.
It's very, very simple. We always say dress above the role. Okay, so let's say for instance in hospitality, you're going for a role that might be front of house. Dress above what you would expect them to be wearing. So if they're going to be wearing a suit, wear a suit and make sure you've got a tie on as well.
Got it.
Okay, not that I'm an advocate for ties everywhere, but if you want to go that one step further, okay, for ladies, a nice dress down to the knees with a nice jacket over the top and a nice scarf or a necklace works really, really well. So always make sure that you're dressing above the standard, and if you're worried, go even higher, so at least you've got it all your bases covered.
But what if I, have seen them in their restaurant, it's really funky, it's kind of a hipster space, I want to look like they look. I mean, what do I do then?
Well, I think that's a big concern, is trying to dress like what they already are, because you're making the assumption that that's what they're looking for. So in that case, what I would always do is still go above. So if they're dressed in jeans and a t-shirt, the minimum I would show up in is a button-up shirt, a jacket, and a pair of nice pants or comfortable chinos in like a navy or a black. You're still representing yourself as your own brand.
And talking of colour, I mean, we've had people dress suited and booted, but sometimes the colours are a little bit outlandish. So talk to me about colour.
Yeah, like you know what? We want to be careful that we're working with neutrals. You don't, as much as I love colour and the reds and the purples are beautiful to wear, you want to keep them navies, blacks, charcoals, greys. Keep them there because they are a comfortable palette to be in.
Because you can mix it up later, right?
Absolutely.
It's a job, you can go in, mix it up, but it's what's comfortable to the eye. And just quickly, I want to also just talk about the whole presentation, and all of our senses need to be ignited, not just sight. So let's talk a little bit more about the smell factor as well.
Well, to talk about smell, I mean, smell's a big thing, right? So, make sure that you've got a little bit of perfume or aftershave or deodorant on. If you smell and look clean, you feel the part, but don't go overwhelmingly spray a whole heap of Lynx bottle on you before you walk in, because that's really going to frustrate with somebody being in a closed room.
And it really does kind of, from a mental point of view, can be very distracting to the interviewer. And how about if I'm a bloke and I've got facial hair, it's funky, it's what a lot of guys do. I mean, to shave or not to shave?
Good point. I think now we're a lot more accepting of facial hair. We see it a lot more. The media's lets you have it as well in what they're showing you. So what I would say is keep your facial hair clean. That's the biggest thing. Make sure there's no food in it or something growing in it. Keep your hair clean the same way. Go to the barber and just get a nice trim. Just make it look sophisticated and professional, because you don't want that interviewer to have an afterthought. And it's the afterthought that's not going to get you the job.
True. And Anoop, one of the big things I always say to my candidates as well is two things. Before you go into an interview, don't smoke and don't drink coffee. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
You don't want to be thinking about whether that person can smell it or whatever. You just want to go in comfortable.
Well, and I think the coffee's a big thing because it's a dehydrator, it is a diuretic.
True.
So it makes your mouth dehydrated. So, water's going to be your best friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any other thoughts or anything else you want to share with us?
I think just one last thing. Within the first 7 seconds, 80% of the person's mind is made up on the way you look.
Wow.
You haven't even said anything.
Wow.
7 seconds. Make sure you're dressed well. Use the simple tips that we've outlined here.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problems. Take care. Talk to you soon, guys.